Hi and welcome to part 6 of the Mapcite add-in for Excel video series. In this video we'll be taking a look at the new spatial functions. Spatial functions, well, they allow us to perform spatial analysis, like how many locations are within a radius of X miles or kilometers. So let's take a look. We have a new button in the ribbon named Spatial Function, and clicking on that gives us a list of the spatial functions that are available to us. Opening the tab details the parameters for that spatial function and gives us an example of what that might look like. So how might we use these new functions? Well, here we have two data sets, a list of supermarket locations and a list of GP or doctor's surgeries. And we are thinking about setting up a new pharmacy in one of these supermarket locations. Let's find the distance between our first store here and the first GP in our list here. So let's click the cell we want our result to appear in and start typing equals Mapcite dot distance to and enter the parameters our formula needs. So latitude and longitude of our store, the latitude and longitude of our GP, doctor surgery, and then finally the units, and we'll use miles here, so MI. Close our formula and hit return, and we can see that the distance between those two locations is 9.9 miles. How about if we wanted to know the distance to the furthest GP surgery? Well, we can do that over here with our distance to furthest function. Let's just delete out our previous one, and it's equals Mapcite dot distance to furthest, and select our parameters, so the latitude field, the longitude field of our store, and then the range of GPs, and put in our $sign to ensure that the absolute path is retained when we copy this formula later. And then we need to select the index of our latitude column, which is 3 here, and the index of our longitude, which is 4. And finally we add in the units. Let's use miles again, hit return, and there we can see the furthest GP's practice or surgery is 28 miles away from this Hinckley store. We can check against the rest of our stores by simply double clicking and populating the formula below. Let's do the same for distance to nearest. Equals Mapcite dot distance to nearest, latitude, longitude, GPs, adding in our $sign, index 3, 4, and let's use kilometers this time. And we can see the nearest GP is 0.5 kilometers away. We can populate the column again just with that double click. Let's add some titles to these columns. So this is distance to furthest GP, that's in miles. We can go distance to nearest GP in kilometers. So we might want to know the actual name of the GP that's closest to our store. We can do this with the find nearest function. So selecting the column we want a result in equals Mapcite dot find nearest. So again, selecting our latitude, longitude field, GPs, then the index of our latitude, which is 3, index of our longitude, which is 4, and the index of the name column, which is 1. We can close our function, hit return, and there we go. We can see the nearest GP to the Hinckley store is Station View Health Centre. So you can also do that with find furthest. That's all for part 6. Thanks for watching.